What is good, YouTube? Warstu here, and as the end of the year, we are so close to the end of 2019, and that is rather mental, and we are still talking about the Justice League. What if the Justice League was released? But Warstu, it was released. No, it wasn't. I mean, what if the Justice League was released? What if the real Justice League Snyder Cut was released? So, comments down below, guys, before this video gets started. What happens if it's released? Let me know what is going to happen if it actually is released on HBO Max in 2020 or 2020, as everyone's saying. It will be released in 2020. So, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe, smash the subscribe button, smash the notification button, because at the 100,000 subscriber mark, guys, I am giving away PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X or a Switch with any game. But if it takes that long, it could end up being a PS5 or an Xbox X Series. So the faster we get there, the faster we can do this giveaway. So I never thought that when I stopped making Justice League content 2 years ago, that in 2019 I would come back to making multiple videos about the release of Snyder Cut. Now, this video isn't about release of Snyder Cut, although it is about release of Snyder Cut, because we know it's real. We've seen evidence. We've seen the real. We've seen pictures. We've seen hundreds of pictures. We've seen so many people, Jason Momoa, coming out in interviews saying, yep, I've seen a Snyder Cut, it's real. We've seen people like Patty Jenkins saying, no one's seen a Snyder Cut, it doesn't exist. So we've seen both ends of this spectrum. We know it's real. How much content does Zack Snyder need to put out on Vero for people to believe it's real? Just what variation is real? Everyone wants to see it. I don't care how cynical you are. If they release it, you are going to watch it. Why? So you can criticize it if you don't think it's any better than the original Sweden cut of the Justice League. So any Marvel fanboy, any Marvel fan who dislikes the DCEU, you will watch it. Why? Because you like Gal Gadot. Everyone likes her. You like Jason Momoa? Everyone likes Jason Momoa. You like Henry Cavill? Everyone likes Henry Cavill Superman. So you will watch it, regardless of what you say. We know this release, the Snyder Cut, is real. But what I really want to get to with you guys is, what happens? What if the release of Snyder Cut is released in 2020? What will actually happen? Because the release of Snyder Cut, it's not actually about what you actually think it's about. It's more about getting creditation for the hundreds of people that worked on the actual Justice League cut, the real cut, the people who were chopped away just because it didn't fit Warner Bros. Studios' narrative, the narrative they wanted sent out. And then we find out that Suicide Squad hasn't even been released yet. What do you mean? Well, recently, David Ayer, the director of the first Suicide Squad movie, has come out and said some massive details that even the Suicide Squad movie, the original movie that no one ever got to see, was supposed to tie in to release the Snyder Cut. It really was, but it was cut. Now let's go over these details that have come out in the last couple of days. Guys, it's absolutely shocking. Now, multiple websites are citing the same information, that the Suicide Squad movie was supposed to correspond to the DCEU as a whole, but for some reason Warner Bros. Got involved again. So, David Ayer, the director, was asked the question. So this was it. Agree, the whole I have to build a machine thing was ridiculous. Her abilities alone were enough of a challenge. Outside of that, I really enjoyed it. Now, he responded with this. Now, it is very interesting. It was supposed to be a boom tube, as she was under the control of the mother box. All the apocalypse elements were stripped out late in the game. The machine concept was an attempt to create a ticking clock and a world threat. Now, guys, this is insane. So you are telling me the original Suicide Squad movie was meant to tie to the Justice League and the DCEU as a whole, but Warner Bros. Sabotaged Zack Snyder's work. Before the Justice League came out, they sabotaged the Suicide Squad movie itself. Now, this is rather shocking. It really is because Warner Bros. Didn't just sabotage the Justice League movie, they sabotaged the Suicide Squad movie. Now, as we know, the Suicide Squad 2 is literally a reinventation. It's a complete new movie. It's not a sequel. They are changing the game. They are changing everything about it, and I can't wait to see Suicide Squad 2 or the Suicide Squad, as my boy John Cena is going to be in it, and there's recently some leaks for that, but we're going to go over that in a different video. So I just find this ridiculous. It really is ridiculous that you're telling me that before we even got the Suicide Squad movie, there were elements that were supposed to set the mother box, so it's part of the apocalypse, you know, Darkseid, Grail, you know, everything for Darkseid, and even before we get to the Justice League movie or even Batman vs. Superman, you know, the Suicide Squad movie was cut, you know. They cut out a lot. So that is why a lot of people left the cinema from Suicide Squad 1 being confused, not really understanding Entrance's motivations. It is ridiculous that this comes out so many years later. And why did David Ayer randomly just say this today? Well, actually, I think it was a few days ago, as of the time we're shooting this video. It's just ridiculous, guys. It really is ridiculous. But it's cool that David Ayer is praising James Gunn for his reinventation of Suicide Squad Volume 2. He said this: "It's not a sequel, it's reinventing the game. And James Gunn is going to absolutely knock it out of the park. I'm cheering him every step of the way," which is very good. I really like it when other directors build each other up instead of trying to fight each other on Twitter. So guys, let me know what is going to happen if we get to see the Justice League, the Snyder Cut. It is real. Zack Snyder's Justice League, you know, the Darkseid version, you know, when Batman dies, you know, when we see everything, we see Ray Fisher's Cyborg football game, we get to see this 214 minutes long variation. There's so much they cut out. Another nightmare sequence. Iris West meets the Flash. So much Flash stuff. So much continuity. So many of the plot holes that weren't really there. I can understand why Zack Snyder himself hasn't actually seen the Justice League. That was released in cinema, and I understand why his friends were like, yeah, just don't watch it. So I wanted to do a what if the Justice League Snyder Cut is released, and what if the Suicide Squad part of the Justice League movie, being the boom tube, setting up the mother boxes for the apocalypse stuff, what if that all happened and the massive world threat was set up in the Suicide Squad movie? Because it actually is ridiculous that it was changed. It was changed. It really is ridiculous that it was changed. Really, like, they changed it late in the game. I mean, how can you take out such a pinnacle part late in the game? David Ayer also revealed another Justice League tie-in. Steppenwolf was intended to be the original boss fight at the end of the Suicide Squad. Many references towards the Justice League were stripped away from the final cut of the Suicide Squad, which begs the question, why? Was there a lack of coordination and plot points from the Justice League? Were David Ayer swooping in? Was the studio unsatisfied with both projects and decided to do damage control by stripping Suicide Squad references or elements of Justice League? It absolutely makes no sense to me, and I always support like the Justice League still, the one that came out, but this is getting a joke now. It really is a joke. The one thing that stands is the fans are advocating they want the David Ayer cut of the Suicide Squad alongside the Zack Snyder Justice League cut. So, will we ever get the real variation of the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad? And also, will we get the real cut of the Zack Snyder Justice League? I believe it's ready to go, but as you know, Warner Bros. Technically owns the movie, so he can't technically release it unless he wants to get in a massive lawsuit with Warner Bros. I don't really think he does. So, I just want to know, guys, what is your perception of the Justice League? What is the Justice League? Let me know down below, guys. I really want to get in conversation with you guys. I really am trying to build my DC fans back on this channel, as I want to get back to the origin. I want to talk Marvel, DC, pop culture based stuff, even some PS5 stuff, some Xbox stuff. I want to talk about everything on this channel with you guys. So let me know down below, guys. What is your expectation for whatever is this Snyder cut, whatever is this David Ayer Suicide Squad cut? Because it's not a joke, guys. It's really not a joke. I honestly can't believe 2 years after the movie's been released, well, over 2 years after the movie's been released, your boy Warstu is still talking about release the Snyder Cut. It is becoming a rolling joke now. It is an absolute joke that they are trying to retcon everything in a way and reboot the DCEU, although Shazam happened after Batman vs Superman, so how can they retcon everything? I'm just a fan of everything, guys, but I really want to know what you guys think, so let me know down below, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you will ever know, and I will catch you in that next video very soon. Catch ya later.